Hi, everybody. What's up, Buttercup? What's good? What I want to talk about, what's good today, is people like Jesus, people like Buddha, people who have come to help us and have helped us through the ages, and avatars. And I feel like we're due for one. Let me explain. Here's my beliefs. I believe that just like Jesus, I'm a daughter of the Creator. I believe that there are many worlds out there. We are one of the worlds. And that there is a God who created this world because the greater creator, love, if we want to call the greater creator love, has a lot of different helpers. So, just for the sake of keeping everything straight, we're going to call the God who created this world Elohim. Elohim, whatever you want to call him. E created this world. But the creator God, and I'm just going to knock off the word God, the creator, is bigger than all that. The creator of the universe, of all of this, of many universes, of everything, is just think creativity, think love, think unity. Okay, those things. And we, all of us, the plants, everything, are a piece of that being because everything is a piece of that being, a little spark. And we are a live little spark of that being. And everything alive is a live little spark of that being, or it wouldn't be alive. Okay? So, like even the planet is a live little spark of that being. Excuse me. So that's what I believe. And I believe that Jesus, as an avatar, was one of the beings that came along to help show people how to be more connected with the Creator. And yes, Jesus was the son of the Creator. But I am, because Jesus had that spark. But I am a daughter of the Creator. I have that spark. And I am connected to the Creator just as much as Jesus was. And when Jesus said things like, I am the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus was trying to get you to see, hey, so are you the way, the truth, and the life. And go back to Buddha. Buddha was saying much of the same things. If you go back to some of the other avatars through history, they're saying much of the same things. They're trying to get you to see that the way to the Creator is you. Get your mind open. Get yourself free. Go through your chakras. Go up through your crown. Connect to the whole universe. If you want to go through Buddhism, get to enlightenment where it's all just light. There you go, Creator. So I've been thinking about all of this, and I've been thinking about how we're due for a new avatar. And then I started thinking about connections and how we connect to the world. And we have the ability to connect so fast through YouTube and through the internet and through all the different media that there are many avatars calling out. And, calling out in the wilderness, if you want to say it that way. In fact, I was thinking about calling out in the wilderness when I was thinking about reincarnation, because reincarnation is one of the things that I was thinking about in terms of avatars. Would Jesus come back and talk? Would one of the prophets come back and talk? Would somebody who was connected to them come back and talk? Or would somebody totally new come back and talk? And yes, I do believe in reincarnation, because we all are on a cycle, a circle. It's all connected. And when we start thinking about the circle of time, time doesn't exist. So we could be there, we could be here, we could be anywhere in time at any time. And when I started thinking about that, I started thinking about, well, as soon as you start talking about reincarnation, then the people who are really into the Bible start telling you that doesn't exist. The Bible thumping Christians are going to tell you reincarnation doesn't exist, but that's because the King James Version took most of the things out that talked about reincarnation out of the Bible, because it took away what from the message that they wanted to say. And they did actually miss some things. They missed the part where Jesus was asked, "Oh, we heard that Elijah's back." The disciples asked this, and because that was a prophecy in the Old Testament, and they kind of needed to leave it into the New Testament. And Jesus said, "Yes, you've already seen him." And then they realized he was talking about John the Baptist, and that was in Mark. And in Luke, John the Baptist is asked, "Hey, are you Elijah?" And John the Baptist says, "Oh, no, I'm just a voice calling in the wilderness." There's the connection. And when he said that, of course he said that because he didn't want to be known as Elijah. He had his own message for that time. And when you have a message for the time you're in, you don't want to be known as whoever you were in the past. You don't want your past life to be the life people think of you as. You want the life you are in now. And that makes sense, right? I mean, when you are in the life you're in, you have the message for the life you're in, and you have lessons to learn for the life you're in. So I was thinking about all this, and I was thinking about how would an avatar now speak to the people? And it would came out as a big duh. They would speak to the people through YouTube and through all of the other internet possibilities. And then I realized, wait, there's way more than one avatar out there speaking. I have personally, in the last couple of weeks, found several. There are people speaking who have really, honest to gosh, talked to aliens and have messages of love and connection from other planets. There are people who really are connected to the Knights Templar, who have messages of connection and love and of reincarnation that they want to share with you. There are people who have looked back at the Bible and have looked at the original texts and want you to know that there is more in the original text than you realize. And it has to do with how do you become enlightened. And enlightenment does not come from just sitting on your bum and going, "Oh, I want to be enlightened." It does not come from sitting in church and thinking, "Oh, I'm a good person because I've gone to church." No, enlightenment comes from work. It comes from meditating. It comes from, well, if you are going to go that way, coming from using the right kinds of herbs. And I'm just going to leave it at that because it if you want to look into that, there are other channels that'll talk to you about that. There are enlightenment comes from a little bit of work. It comes from connecting and seeing the bigger picture. If you're a Buddhist, you know that it's not from just being able to say, oh, I want to be enlightened. It comes from work before you have the big aha and you feel connected to all. And once you feel that connection once, it changes your life. There are a lot of people out there talking about this, about, hey, your life can be changed and changed forever once you feel the oneness with all of creation, with the Creator, with all of everything, with all of the many worlds, with all of the many possibilities, with all of the lives you already have lived and will live, whether you live the next life in the past or in the present, or you decide to stop living lives altogether and go back to the Creator. You are connected to all of this. And once you see that, and not just hear me saying that, but see that and feel that, your life is changed. There are many people out there talking about that. Those are the avatars of today. It's not one person anymore. However, there are many, many, many false avatars. And I'm going to say even those are the Christs of today. Those are the people trying to open your eyes today. But there are many, many, many false Christs today. And those are the people who want you to separate from other people. It's not, they don't want the connections. They want you to be different. They want you to not feel the unity, but to feel that you are better from somebody else because maybe it's because you have received Christ into your life. So now you are better and you are supposed to go and show Christ to somebody else. No, I'm sorry to everybody who I am talking to who believes this, but that's hogwash. Christ is not something to receive into your life. Christ is an enlightenment. And if you can be enlightened and see that you are one with all, then that's going to change your life. And once you see you're one with all, you're one with everybody. And that's why you're going to help people. That's why you're going to care for others. That's why you're going to pick up that baby bird and help it. But if you are going to run around trying to save people because you're better than them, then you might as well not have religion at all. If you are going to attend a food bank and give them food, people food on holidays, and when you do try to save the poor people who don't have anywhere to go, you might as well not have any religion at all. It's about being one with everybody. It's about sharing with everybody. And, you know, not everybody is an outgoing person. Not everybody is a person who goes out. The outgoing goes out. But the being one can be done from a basement. It's about knowing. It's about realizing deep down and feeling. And it's about an experience that is totally different than any experience you will ever have and that you can continue to have, and it changes your life. So, are there avatars out there? Yes. Are there anti-avatars, AntiChrists? Yes. And you have to feel out the differences. And the differences have to do with this. One, is it about togetherness or about separating people? Two, is it about love or is it about hate? Three, is it about the entire universe and beyond? Is it about creativity? Is it about awe? Or is it about just a tiny piece of it? Because the Creator is bigger than you can ever imagine. And you need to look because the avatars are there. And if you want to find an avatar, you can find one. But look for love. Look for creativity. And stay away from hate. Stay away from divisiveness. And that's where you're going to find your true self. Anyway, you're the bee's knees and the cat's pajamas, and nobody else is going to be that but yourself. Take care. Bye.